What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chelsea vs Everton match preview. So, obviously, the game is tomorrow. Last game for a while, actually. I think it's like 2 week international break. Most of the players will be going away on international break. Obviously, it gives us some time to get some of our injuries sorted out. Raheem Sterling's not going away. Obviously, Thiago Silva's injured for longer than that. Interestingly, though, Mason Mount, Chilwell, and Reece James are all going to the England squad, which worries me a little bit, bro. Fofana's going to the French squad. That worries me as well. International football can be a little annoying sometimes because one mistake and then your player is out forever, like for a long fucking time, and it can ruin the season. But first and foremost, we got to get to this preview of the Chelsea game. Also, the Champions League draw today. I'm not going to make a separate video on it. I'll do predictions eventually, like before the game start. Chelsea got Real Madrid. I mean, I'd rather have got Real Madrid than City or Bayern, but they're gonna have to face City or Bayern in the next round. Let's just say it's not looking good for at least the next round. I think we could beat Madrid. It's the next round that worries me because City are the only team that have bullied us in every fixture we've played against them pretty much. So that worries me. And Bayern Munich, I don't know which Bayern Munich will show up on the day, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's talk about Chelsea vs Everton. Every game at the moment is a big game for Chelsea. I think it would just be nice to head into the international break with 4 wins in a row. Everything's on the up. Right now, there's a nice positive atmosphere around the club. Like we're seeing interviews and these club videos are coming out and all of that. Fans seem to be in a good mood, which is great. And there isn't a game next week where you could offset that because now you're going to be not playing for 2 weeks. And then you're going to be listening to 2 weeks of fans complaining if we lose. So I don't want to hear that. I want Chelsea to go away, beat Everton comfortably. I mean, Everton under Daesh, they've looked okay. Obviously, they had that big win against Arsenal. They beat Brentford the other day, which is a big win. They look really good at home, as usual. They used like Goodison Park as a fortress. Luckily for us, this is at Stamford Bridge. They don't seem the best away team around, but if there is a team they will beat, it will be us. You know what I mean? And that's just how it rolls. They're obviously going to bring high energy. They're going to sit deep. I mean, kind of the antithesis of what Chelsea is they're going to play that way. We know how everyone wants to play against us because they know what works. Recently, we've been able to kind of combat it, getting a few wins with everyone coming back and all that. It's looking positive, but we need to win this game. Everton, they've had a few injuries as well. You know, they don't really have a centre forward. It's like, who's going to score goals for them? You know, even defensively, they sit very deep. They can be got. We could beat them. You know what I mean? I don't think they have a great lineup. I think Chelsea's team blows them out the water, and if we play well, we should beat them comfortably. But Everton is always a tough game for us, bro. Always. But without further ado, we're going to get into the lineup. Now, I have no idea if Reece James is fit to play. He's in the England squad, so that for me says enough that he is fit enough to play games. It's just he's had some issues. Will they risk him for this game? I don't know. But for the most part, I've left the team unchanged. I don't see why you would change anything. The team has been playing well, and barring any injuries, what's the point in changing anything? Obviously, Loftus-Cheek may play here if Reece James isn't fit. That's the only caveat I have for this Chelsea team. I think against Leicester, the performance was what you want it to be. Yes, there was a few shaky moments, but almost every team is going to create a decent chance in a game. You know what I mean? So I think this is the team we go with. I think Mudryk done really well in that central role. Kai Havertz is kind of playing a lot better when he can get involved in the play. He's playing off the right a lot more than playing down the middle. I just think down the middle he's just wasted. I don't know. He doesn't do anything. So I think playing like this will work. In terms of Everton, this is the team they played against Brentford, I believe. So yeah, I mean, you could see they didn't have a striker. Demarai Gray was playing up top. Ben Godfrey was playing left back. They're missing a few of their players. Obviously, the danger man is kind of their midfield. Their midfield is very hardworking, very industrious. Onana's a threat. You know, he's 6'8". Tarkovsky's a big guy. They have threats from corners. That's one thing we've got to be careful of. From corners, they're going to be a threat. I think that's exactly what Everton's going to look to do in this game, bro. They're going to look to counter Chelsea if they can and get a few corners, maybe score a corner. Exactly what they did against Arsenal. And Chelsea have some big guys in there too, but you just got to be careful with people like Onana, Tarkovsky, Michael Keane, bro, because we're not trying to concede silly corner goals and lose 1-0. I mean, that's all there really is to say about this game. It's a big game for Chelsea. They need to win. They need to win, in my opinion. Make it 4-4. Great positivity going into the international break. Like you can just see the positivity emanating out of the squad and the fans. And I've even seen some fans saying Chelsea are gonna get top four. I mean, I was deluded enough to say that in the mid-season predictions because I thought there was a legit chance because Newcastle, Tottenham, even United, Liverpool, they're not consistent. So I think if Chelsea won a bunch of games, they would have been there. And if we did win 3 more games, we would have been right in there right now, but we didn't. So we're still like 11 points off Tottenham, and if we win a game in hand, we're 8 points behind them. I don't think top four is likely. Champions League is looking like a sticky one as well. Like people saying we could win that. I mean, we could. We have the squad. I think we could beat Madrid. I think the Real Madrid aren't as good as people are saying they are, right? Even though they slapped Liverpool around. I mean, Liverpool can't defend, and Liverpool did bully them for like a 45-minute period in that tie. So I think there's a possibility that we have the players to hurt Madrid. It's just the next round, like I said, City, Bayern Munich. Like we got in the unfortunate side of the draw. If we're on the other side of the draw with like AC Milan, Inter Milan, the only team I'd worry about there is Napoli. But Chelsea could be looking at the hardest possible route to the final in that. Real Madrid, City or Bayern, and then Napoli in the final would be very difficult. But we'll start thinking about that when we get to it. Like I said, unchanged team. I think Everton, we can beat them. You know what I mean? It's a game we must win, but Everton will be fighting, bro. They don't want to go down. They're still very much in and around the relegation places. So, and I said that Everton will go down in the mid-season prediction. So I still think so. I think we can beat them. Hopefully we do. But that's all I've got to say today. I'll see you all in the next one.